Hey, Deb, we're going to Iowa in the Cup Series for the first time. Most of the drivers, I think, in the Cup Series have run there in the Xfinity Series or the trucks in the past, but they're going to Iowa for the first time in the Cup Series, which is pretty exciting for the folks in Iowa.
It really is. You know, the biggest problem, I think, is going to be having enough hotel space for everyone that's going to go there. But I'll be surprised if that doesn't sell out. I've been to the Iowa track one time when I was working with the Pro Cup Series, and we raced there. And I love the track. It's a beautiful track. It's easy to fly in and get there. And I think that it's something that those people have wanted for a long, long time. And it will be a really good weekend.
I mean, they've supported, obviously, the Xfinity Series over the years. They've supported the IndyCar Series over the years, Kelly. And in fact, the IndyCar, they had a doubleheader there last year.
Mm-hmm.
So, or this year.
The Truck Series.
Truck Series, yeah. So,
ARCA.
I mean, yeah. And I've had a chance, like Deb, to go there as well. And it's a beautiful facility. I assume it's been years since I've been there, so I'm hoping they've fixed the ingress and egress. But beyond that, and I think it's a fun move for the folks there.
Well, I'm very happy for the fans of that area. I'm very happy for the people of Iowa Speedway because, as Rusty Wallace said in the announcement, this track was built with the goal or hope, however he phrased it, of hosting a Cup Series race one day. And we've seen trucks, we've seen ARCA, we've seen Xfinity, IndyCar, as you mentioned. And the fans up there, that market has always longed for a Cup Series race. So very, very happy that that market is going to get that race because I think just like we saw with Gateway, just like we saw with Chicago, the fan support, the crowd, people are going to be there. I think people will flock to that. It's going to be a lot of fun. You mentioned the facility. I've always heard great things about the facility. It looks amazing on TV. But in all of this excitement, I'm going to be the Debbie Downer here. Let's not look past the fact that Iowa is a short track. And this next-gen car has struggled on short tracks. So for as excited we all are about going to a new market and a new racetrack, don't start crying next year when you get there and if this car does not put on the best show because nothing has yet changed with this car. So the good news, again, the positive is new market. There's going to be a great atmosphere. It's going to be a great environment. I think the fan support's going to be there. But as far as what we're going to get with the racing, I'm a little cautious about that.
All right, well, let's talk about another place where there's questions about the racing, Deb, and that would be Indianapolis. As we go back to the Oval at Indianapolis next year, 30th anniversary of the first race at Indianapolis, I'm happy about it because I think you go to the Brickyard to run the Oval. You don't go to the Brickyard to run the road course. If you want to run 2 times there and run the Oval and the road course, fine. But that's what you go to Indianapolis for. That's my opinion.
I agree. I'm thrilled. I was there for the inaugural Brickyard in 1994, and I couldn't be happier that they're going back to the Oval. You know, it really wasn't that bad until we had the year with the tire problems. And we had the tire problems where they were having to pit, every 42 laps for new tires.
I think it
was like every 9 laps.
I think
or
every
something
15.
Like that,
That's what it seemed like. That was the thing.
I had to work really hard on pit road that day calling pit stops.
That was the thing that just really put the nail in that coffin and sent it to the road course. But, another thing that I think a lot of stock car people have got to adjust to about Indy, they're used to seeing the entire track, and you're not going to see the entire track at Indy. And a lot of them don't like that. But to me, if you're going to run Indianapolis, you need to run the Oval because it's so historic and there's so much history there and prestige of winning on the Oval that, you win there on the road course, but it just doesn't quite seem to take it up to that level, So I'm very happy they're going back.
You want to be Debbie Downer again?
No, I think it's.
Do I have to go down when she's Debbie Downer?
I think it's a great move for, as you said, Brett, the prestige of it. Right? People who think about Indianapolis, you think about the Oval, you think about kissing the bricks, you think about what it means to be in the racing capital of the world as Indianapolis sells itself, and the road course it wasn't it. It put on some entertaining races, maybe not in a good way, but there's a lot of people who have longed to go back to the Oval, and we're getting that. I'm very optimistic about what that race is going to look like because the drivers feel like with this car, maybe it'll perform a little bit better on that racetrack with tight, flat corners. But again, I think it's more just about what Indianapolis is and wanting to go the correct way down the front stretch, as the drivers will tell you. So I don't see anybody who's going to complain about that, at least not until we get there. And maybe the racing isn't good, but Indianapolis it's about the prestige. It's about what Indianapolis is. And newsflash, not every Indianapolis 500 is amazing, but you don't hear people complaining about it because it's the Indianapolis 500. And I think with NASCAR, it's the same thing. As long as we're going around the oval, I think most people will be happy.
Yep, I like that. Well, each week on the O'Reilly Auto Parts Pit Reporters, we give you a chance to go to GoPRN.com and vote in our poll. And this week's question is, which are you most excited about? Cup running in Iowa, the All-Star race going back to North Wilkesboro, or Indy back to the Oval? Last week we asked you, what was the best part of the weekend in Texas? And 29% of you said, everyone surviving the heat. Then we had 26% said Denny Hamlin not winning. And then a tie at 23% between Rick Hendrick wearing a big hat in Victory Lane and the Dallas Cowboys losing.
I like that poll a lot. That was some good stuff right there.
Thank you.